Welcome back to Love Your Shelf. I'm Tracy, and last year for Christmas I got the Ultimate Reading Challenge from my BFF. So what I'm going to do today, I have another video where we opened up 7 of these, and today I'm going to open up 10 of them. So we're just going to go through and talk about some of the books that I've read and open these up, so I'm pretty excited. So the first one is read a book in a genre you've never read before. So according to Storygraph, there's 2 books that I've read this year that are in the same genre that I have never read before, and that is gender as a genre, which I didn't know was a genre, but according to Storygraph it is. I'm going to count it because there really isn't anything else that fits in there, but I have read 2 of those books this year. So one of them is The Argonauts by Maggie Nelson, and the other is In the Dream House by Carmen Maria Machado. And The Argonauts was very interesting, and I didn't dislike it, but it is very dry. It's not really a story. It's like a standpoint, and I did enjoy it, but it wasn't my favorite. However, In the Dream House is one of my favorites. I've actually had like a really large stint this year. I'm almost at 90 books. I'm trying to read 100 by the end of the year. It's the middle of December. That probably won't happen, but the last 5-star book I had was in the summer. So I just finished reading In the Dream House 2 days ago, and I started it because it was short and I needed to get more books under my belt, and that's a book I've heard nothing but good things about, and it was phenomenal. I could not stop reading it. It's short, and I read it all in a single day because I couldn't stop, and I worked that day, but which sucked because I got to work and I had to stop reading it, and then on my lunch I devoured it, and then I had to go back to work, and then I fell asleep reading it, and then I woke up the next day and finished it before work. So it was a really good book. But anyway, so read a book in a genre you've never read before, and I'm going to open it, and it's so tiny. There's something very small in here. Hold please, I'm trying to grab it. Let's see. I'm just ripping off the envelope. Oh, here we go. I got a paper clip with a little teacup on it, with a little tea bag in it. Yay. So there it is. That is what I got for this book. So that's exciting. The next one is read a book currently on a bestseller list. So I had to look up what's on the bestseller list right now, and number 2 for ebooks and regular books is The Woman in Me by Britney Spears, which I also read. So let's go ahead and open that. I love Britney so much. So it was a good book in general, just because it's something I'm very interested in, and I enjoyed reading things from her point of view. Yeah, so that was good. So read a book on the bestseller list. So I can't get any of these to come out, so I'm trying. Let's see. I'm pretty sure I felt an eraser. Yes. So this is a pencil, and it says "Brevity is the Soul of Wit" by William Shakespeare. You cannot see it at all in there, but yay! Brevity is the Soul of Wit by William Shakespeare. So yay, that's a pencil I got. Okay, so the next one I'm going to do is, let's see. Oh, read a book published this year. So there's actually a few books I read this year that were published this year, and up until probably 2 years ago, I never read books that were published that year. I normally would read different books and then catch those books later, and there still are a lot of books that I'm going to catch later, but there are 2 books this year that I was just waiting for them to come out. And one of them was Mother Nature by Jedediah Jenkins, and the other one was by Sue Lynn Tan. It's the second part of a duology. There's The Daughter of the Sun Goddess, Heart of the Sun Warrior is what it's called. And neither of them disappointed me. They were both really good. I wanted Mother Nature to be about more. So, Jedediah Jenkins is incredible. I started by reading To Shake the Sleeping Self, and I just really connected with him because he is gay, but he grew up Christian, and I am gay, and I grew up Christian. I'm pansexual, but yeah. So I grew up Christian, and like just the thought that there's always something wrong with you. Well, he has like him and his mom, like she's like, it's a sin. I'm probably never gonna go to your wedding. Like, I pray every day that you're not gay. Like, she says some toxic stuff, but he's like, this is my mom and I love her and I want stuff to work. And back in the day, his mom and her then husband, his dad, like walked 3,000 miles. So he decides to take a trip with his mom, and not the main purpose of it, but like it was all a build up to him having a conversation with his mom about how she feels about him being gay and the fact that he doesn't want to have to decide between his husband when he has one and her, but inevitably that's what he feels like he has to do. And it was good, but and I know, like, I get that he had to do the trip to kind of get himself to tell her and like force himself to have this conversation pretty much, but it wasn't really about the trip, like, ultimately, if I'm being honest. And then the other book, The Heart of the Sun Warrior, it's so good. They did something in it that I didn't expect. It's kind of similar to like the Immortal Devices, Clockwork Angel, Clockwork Prince, Clockwork Princess by Cassandra Clare. Like, what they end up doing at the end with their love triangle is similar. And if you've read that, I'm sorry, I might have just ruined that for you. But it was still really good. I gave it 4.75 stars. So anyway, all that to say, I have read a book published this year. So I'm going to go ahead and open this one. And I got, oh my gosh, I love these. Okay, so I got these two little book, like, sticky note things. So one says noteworthy and the other one says brilliant thought here, so that when I'm reading books I can go ahead and input like sticky tab it. So that's awesome. I love those. Okay, the next one I am going to do, the rest of them are all on this page. So the next one I'm going to do is find and read a book that is much longer than your usual reads. So I haven't read a lot of these books, but I have read like 3 or 4 books this year over 800 pages. I would say anything over 500 I normally shy away from. I also read a few books that are 600. I put Crime and Punishment on here as I think it's the longest book I read this year. And it's so boring. I'm really sorry, because I'm sure lots of people love it, but it wasn't for me. But I got through it. Like, I think I started it and I got through half of it and I was like, I'm never going to finish this book. And then December came and I was like, I need to finish this book. So yeah, I'm going to say Crime and Punishment. So I got, oh my gosh, these are so cute. So they're little stickers that say to and from. So this one has, this one's huge, and it has books and a little teapot. I love it. And there's more. So this one has like little ramen noodles with books and a plant with books. And then this one has a little bookshelf and a little chair with a lamp. And then this one has books with coffee and then glasses and then a little coffee. So yay, oh, I love these. And it's right before Christmas. I know there are a few people I'm giving books to. So that's perfect. So I can put the to and from with the little books in there. That's awesome. The next one is read a book you selected based purely on its cover design. So this one is hard for me because there's a lot of books that I pick out because of authors. There's a lot of books I pick out because other people say they're good. There's a lot of books I pick out because of the name, but there really isn't a lot of books I picked out because of the cover itself. Or sometimes it's like the book in general. Like Curious Tides is one of them. It's right here. Like it looks gorgeous, but also like the pages inside is gorgeous, so it's not just like, look at how we have these black lines here because there's stuff. Let me get to a black line. There's stuff in it that I'm just like, yes, this is what I want in my life. Yeah, like for real, who doesn't want this? So like, but I can't count it. I didn't read this one yet. I've got mixed reviews about it. So if you've read it, let me know what you think and what you've heard. But anywho, so it was really hard for me to pick a book I selected purely on its cover design, but the book that I did select is Before I Let Go, and I'll put the book up here so you can see it, but it's gorgeous. It's orange, and it has this beautiful woman with beautiful curly hair at the front, and I couldn't not buy it. So I bought that, and I read it, so I'm going to go ahead and open that one. Maybe. Oh my goodness. This is so cute. I think. Oh, yep. It is. It's a bookmark. It's a magnetic bookmark of books. So yay, that's the cutest thing. I love it so much. Okay, the next one I am opening is Read a Graphic Novel. So for Read a Graphic Novel, I actually read Beowulf, which is freaking adorable, and it's Beowulf, but for kids. So it has like little kids in it, and they have a whole novel about it, and they are trying to protect their treehouse. We are going to open up Read a Graphic Novel, and it has a little kitty cat on it, which is funny because it's Beowulf. Okay, so this one is Books Are Better Than Everything Else. It's a little sticky notepad that says that books are better than everything else, which is amazing. And that's mostly true, but I do love coffee so much. And my puppies. So, yes. Anywho, what is next? Read a book about a person with a disability. For book club, I read A Woman of No Importance, which is a true story about a spy during World War II who had a wooden leg. She ended up losing her leg from a gunshot wound. So I chose that. So let's open this and see what we got. Oh my gosh. It says Eat, Sleep, Read. It's a magnet. That's adorable. And so that's going to go on my little bookshelf. I have a magnetic, like, 3-tier cart bookshelf over yonder. So the next thing that I'm going to open is Reread a Book You Loved as a Child. So I reread Half Magic this year by E.G. Eager, question mark? Edward Eager. And it's not just one book. There's like multiple books, but I only remember the first book, and I read it, and I thought I was going to hate it, but it kind of stands out. Like, it's still good. I liked it. It wasn't like one of my favorite books like it was back in the day, but it was still good. So Half Magic is the book I reread as a child. I'm going to open this, and I got Book Darts, because dog-eared pages are too controversial. So they're little tiny book darts that you can put on as like bookmarks. Actually, I didn't know that was a thing, so that's super awesome. Okay, so the next thing is going to be read a new book that is primarily intended for children. I went on a book crawl in May, and we went to 10 different bookstores not a day. We went to 9 in one day. We did go to the 10th, but the 10th one wasn't open, so I had to go back. You had a week to do it. And in that time, I picked out books that talked to me within that bookstore, because I feel like different bookstores have different vibes, and sometimes different bookstores have like books that the people that work there recommend. So I ended up getting Big Tree. So that is a children's book, and I'm gonna go ahead. Well, it's like 500 pages. It's very Hugo-ish or the Marvels, but it's about trees. So I have little stickers. So there's puppies and bookshelves, and then cats and plants and books. Yay, that's awesome. So really, I only have a few things left, and I'm excited to see what the rest of them bring. So this is the Ultimate Reading Challenge. Thank you for stopping by. I am Tracy. Thank you so much for coming and talking about books with me. I hope you all have a very great holiday and a happy new year, if this comes out before then, depending on when I edit it. And thank you for talking to me about books. Namaste.